Hey everyone, it's Molly. And in the world of finance, securing a transaction monitoring or anti-money laundering role is a huge opportunity. We're talking about being on the front lines of protecting financial systems from illicit activities. It's demanding, it's challenging, and it's incredibly rewarding, but let's be real. Acing those interviews can be brutal. They want to know you can handle the pressure, think critically, and make the right call when millions, even billions, are on the line. That's why I've partnered with a financial crime-fighting pro to break down the top 11 questions you need to be ready for. We're not just giving you surface-level answers here, we're diving deep into real-world scenarios, red flags to watch out for, and the exact strategies you need to demonstrate you're the perfect fit. Whether you're just starting out or looking to level up your career, this video is your secret weapon. Let's do this. So, they're going to throw you a curveball and ask about your experience with a really complex investigation. They want to see you in action, how you think, how you analyze. Here's the key. Structure your answer like a story. Start with the initial red flags that caught your attention. Maybe it was a series of high-value international transfers that seemed out of place for the customer's profile. Then, walk them through your process. How you uncovered layers of transactions, maybe even shell companies in offshore jurisdictions. The key is to highlight your analytical skills and your ability to connect the dots. Risk assessment. This is the heart and soul of AML. You absolutely have to demonstrate you can assess risk effectively. Think of it like this. You have different levels of risk: low, medium, and high. Now, how do you determine where a customer falls? This is where you shine. Talk about analyzing their profile, their business, their transaction history, the countries they operate in. Are they a high-risk industry like gambling? Are they dealing with high-risk countries? The more specific you are, the better. Listen up, because this is where the rubber meets the road. You have to know your red flags like the back of your hand. We're talking about those telltale signs of potential money laundering. Think about it. Large round-figure transactions that just scream money laundering 101. Or how about sudden unexplained cash deposits, especially in amounts just below reporting thresholds, classic structuring. Don't forget about frequent third-party payments. Who are these people and why are they involved? The more red flags you can rattle off, the more confident you'll sound. Okay, so you've spotted some red flags. Now what? This is where your detective skills come in. You need to show them you can investigate thoroughly and determine if something is truly suspicious. Start by cross-referencing the transaction with the customer's profile. Does it align with their usual activity? Next, dig into the supporting documents. Are they legit or do they smell fishy? Don't be afraid to use open-source intelligence tools. Are there news articles or legal filings that raise concerns? The more thorough you are, the better. Let's be real, investigations aren't always smooth sailing. You're going to hit roadblocks and the interviewer wants to know you can handle it. One of the biggest challenges? Incomplete information. Maybe the customer's profile is missing key details or their activity is just plain unclear. What do? Talk about the importance of requesting further information. Those internal RFIs are crucial. And yeah, sometimes those RFIs can take time. Emphasize your patience and persistence in getting the answers you need. This is where you show them you're passionate about fighting financial crime. It's not just a job, it's about protecting the integrity of the financial system. So, how do you combat money laundering? First and foremost, stay updated. Money laundering techniques are constantly evolving, so you need to be in the know about the latest trends and typologies. Next, be thorough. Ask the right questions, think critically, and document everything meticulously. And of course, follow those red flag indicators like a hawk. Chapter 7. Transaction Monitoring. It's the bread and butter of an AML professional. They might ask you to explain it in your own words, so keep it clear and concise. Think of it as a cycle. It all starts with an alert being triggered. Maybe a transaction exceeded a certain threshold. Then it's your job to review that alert, check the customer's profile and transaction history. If something seems off, you investigate further, and if necessary, escalate the case for deeper analysis or even filing a suspicious activity report. Chapter 8. Remember those RFIs we talked about? They're not just a formality, They're your secret weapon in the fight against financial crime. So, what exactly is an RFI? It stands for Request for Information, and it's essentially an internal request you send to gather more information about a customer or transaction. Maybe you need clarification on a particular transaction, or maybe you need missing KYC documents. RFIs are essential for building a complete picture and making informed decisions. Not all cases are created equal, right? That's where case handling levels come in. Think of it like a triage system. Level 1 is your initial review. You're the first line of defense, analyzing alerts and making those initial decisions. If something requires a deeper dive, you escalate it to Level 2, where more experienced analysts take over. And then there's Level 3, the big leagues reserved for the most complex cases, often involving senior management or requiring specialized expertise. This is a critical decision point, knowing when to escalate a case. You don't want to be trigger-happy, but you also don't want to miss a potential threat. So, what are some red flags that scream escalate? High-risk customers, transactions involving sanctioned countries, unexplained large flows of money, those are all major red flags. If the documentation is incomplete or doesn't add up, that's another sign. And of course, if you suspect a potential SR filing, you absolutely need to escalate. False positives. They're a fact of life in AML. These are alerts that initially set off alarm bells but turn out to be perfectly legitimate after investigation. It happens a lot with automated systems. They're great at flagging potential issues, but they don't always have the full context. That's where your human judgment comes in. You need to be able to analyze the situation, look at the bigger picture, and determine if it's a real threat or just a false alarm. Look, the AML world is only getting more complex. Criminals are getting smarter, regulations are getting tighter, and the stakes are higher than ever. But here's the thing. That complexity also creates incredible opportunity. Those who can demonstrate expertise, analytical skills, and a passion for fighting financial crime are in high demand. This video is your crash course in acing those AML interviews and landing your dream job. Remember, preparation is key. Now go out there, crush those interviews, and become the financial crime-fighting superstar you were born to be. And hey, while you're at it, hit that subscribe button and smash the notification bell so you don't miss out on more career-boosting content just like this. I'll see you in the next video.